So in this lecture, we're going to look at the detailed configuration of the Jenkins UI. So Jenkins is basically a tool through which we can do continuous integration. We can use this UI for scheduling our builds. At times, what happens, like if you're working on a Java project, maybe using Selenium, API, or APM mobile automation, and like while we are running our test, we are building the test through different build tools like Maven, and the execution happens on our local machine itself, right? But at times, our client, our test manager, they want to see the test execution, and maybe the client is not very technical. He cannot look into the Eclipse and look in the code. He just want to see the test results, and since he is not very much technical, he want from any location he can access these test results, and from any location he can execute your test cases. Right, so it's not like that you'll be putting up everything on his machine, then he'll be able to do all the execution. So this is what the Jenkins UI is for. It's a multi-purpose UI. I mean, there are a lot of things which we can do in Jenkins, not just scheduling a job. Like there are different integration plugins available, right? We can add our reporting utilities as well in Jenkins. So we're going to look at a lot of things, but right now we're going to see the detailed configuration, how Jenkins, how we're going to configure the entire system. So normally, if you're working as a tester, like this Jenkins configuration is nowadays a task of a DevOps guy, right? And at times it is done by a development team as well. So you're going to get the Jenkins URL, and then you need to schedule your own job. But for the practice purpose, we will be configuring all these things from scratch. So what we need to do is we need to simply type download Jenkins. And this is the very first link that we need to visit. So on this link, if you go down over here, you'll see a lot of things available for download. So we'll not be downloading these things. We will directly going to use this Java package, that is the generic var file. This will going to work on Windows, on Linux, on Mac, on all operating system. So we would be downloading this var file. This is somewhere around 60 to 70 MB var file. I've already downloaded it. I'm going to show you how it looks like. So I've kept it over here. This is the Jenkins var. So it's very simple to configure Jenkins. Is simply go to command prompt and type java-jar jenkins.var and press enter. So initially, when you're doing it for the very first time, it will gonna take some time to get the Jenkins services fully up and running. And once it is up and running, you're gonna see a message as well that is Jenkins is fully up and running. So let us wait for some time, and we need to look at these logs as well. See, we are getting Jenkins initial setup is required, and admin user has been created, and the password to be generated. So this is the password that you may need to copy. Just copy this password and store it somewhere, because you would be needing it to configure Jenkins for the very first time. So I'm going to paste it over here. Now once the Jenkins is fully up and running, you see this message. Now go to your local host 8080. By default, Jenkins services are started on the port 8080. So this is the very first screen you're gonna see, and here you need to paste that password. Click on continue. So now there are a lot of plugins that you need to install. So click on install suggested plugin, and automatically it will gonna download all the required plugins, by default required plugins. So let it do it. Let the task be completed. It will gonna take at least 5 to 10 minutes to download and configure all these plugins. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video for the time being till the time the installation process completes, and then I'm going to resume the video back. Now once the system is up and running, everything is installed. So we'll be creating a username. I'm going to create a username, way to automation. We're going to set up some password. I'm going to give my full name, my mail ID, and let's say continue as admin. So localhost 8080 is where all the configurations. I mean, you can change the port as well over here. If you think some other services are running on 8080, you can change the port. Otherwise, save and finish. So now Jenkins is ready. There's no need to do this admin user setup. You can simply start using Jenkins. And this is the very first screen you're gonna see. Now, what we need to do, once we are onto this screen, we need to do some basic setup or a basic configuration that we may need when we are scheduling some jobs. So a couple of plugins we will be installing, couple of configuration will be doing it inside manage Jenkins. Over here we need to go to manage plugins, and there are a few plugins that you need to install. Go to the available plugin, and the very first and the most important plugin you need to search for is the Maven integration plugin. So search for Maven and install this Maven integration plugin, because if you don't have this plugin, you'll not be able to build your Maven projects. So this is the very first thing that is required. Right. And now the next thing we need to search for is another plugin called as HTML Publisher plugin. So in case you want to publish your HTML reports directly on Jenkins, this is the plugin that you would be needing. So search for HTML Publisher. So this is the plugin, and install it. Right, this is also installed. So once you install it, you need to go back to Jenkins and simply need to click on create a new job, and then you should be able to see this Maven project option over here. Right, so this is the very first thing that you need to do. The other configuration that you need to do is since you will be integrating Maven, so what you need to do is you need to tell Jenkins where Maven is configured on your machine. So that thing you need to go to configure system, and over here the Jenkins URL, everything looks correct. So the next thing, just give me a moment. So basically we need to go to a different location, that is global tool configuration. So in this we need to add our JDK path over here. Don't automatically install it from here, just remove the automatic installation and create a variable with the name java_home. This is the same variable that you may have done your environment variable configuration. So give the same path over here of your Java home. So copy this Java home and paste it over here. And same thing you need to do it for Maven. So don't install it, say mvn_home or whichever variable that you have given. Some people give m2_home, some give mvn_home. and then paste this path over here and then save. So that is the only thing. We are done with configuring Jenkins. Now we can create new jobs, we can add our Maven project, and we can run it. So these are the things that we're gonna see in our upcoming lectures. In our live projects, we will be using Jenkins to build our jobs. All right, thank you.